Just come in.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Just give us a brief introduction about yourself.
So myself, Ankita Anil Patil. I hail from the financial capital of India, that is Mumbai. I am 25 years old. I have completed my BTech in Information Technology from KJ Sumaya College of Engineering, that is in Mumbai itself. Post that, I have an experience of working as a software developer in a private company. Additionally, I am also a classical dancer in the dance form of Kathak. I am a sports person who takes interest in racket sports like squash. As an individual, I do like to travel different places as well.
Which places you have traveled so far?
So there have been a couple of places I've traveled in India as well as in abroad. Recently, I have traveled to the states of Assam and Meghalaya. The Kaziranga National Park was one of it, and Guwahati as well.
Okay. So, what type of animals you spotted in the Kaziranga?
Sir, it was a very unique experience for me, first of all, because it was actually the first, one of the first national parks or safari in a national park that I was experiencing. We spotted the one-hound rhinoceros and a couple of water buffaloes, and we also witnessed a small deer and a macaw as well.
What is the fantasy कि लोग animals देखने के लिए जाते हैं and that has become tourist attraction. क्या उसके पीछे क्या idea है?
So I believe now people are getting more interested in witnessing the nature's beauty or a natural environment, having lived in urban spaces or for most of their lives. So they want a recluse to visit places showcasing natural beauty and witnessing the wildlife in person, which can be a very unique or a once in a lifetime experience for some people as well.
Your interview is on 22nd Jan.
Yes.
So 26th Jan we are going to celebrate Republic Day.
Yes.
Which one special moment you find in the history of India? And it is such a very big special you find.
So I would say our event of independence would be one of the moments that stands out to me.
One particular moment, or let's consider any particular decision, event.
So I would say our speech of the first Prime Minister itself before our independence, the night of our independence. That is one of the iconic events that I would consider.
Have you read it?
History. So I haven't read the entire speech as such.
What was title of that speech?
So I'm not able to recall at the moment.
Is it something like tryst with?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to recall the exact title.
Destiny.
Tryst with destiny, or I'm not able.
Tryst with destiny or tryst with tyranny?
So right now I'm not able to recall complete exact title.
What is social stratification?
So social stratification refers to division of society into various strata based on the amount of power, wealth and prestige that any community or social group possesses in that particular society. So the community is placed in a hierarchical order.
Okay. Do you think present social structure is inclusive?
So I believe it is inclusive to a certain extent. whereas we cannot deny the fact that social exclusion is experienced by particular communities over a period of time, and it does continue even today. So we have made strides in including the fringes of a society, but there's still a long way to go.
Are you aware about 106 Constitutional Amendment Act?
Yes, sir. The amendment for reservation of women in the parliament, that is what the amendment.
Is it only parliament or state legislature also?
Yes, sir. The legislative organ, the parliament.
It is Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly. What do you think how this act, Constitutional Amendment Act, will help women to empower?
Such a landmark amendment would mean a direct representation of women at the leadership role at the top helm of the country's polity or structure and decision making. So having women directly being a part of such a structure will empower others as well to look up to such members as a role model, and that will also increase the participation of others. That will lead to a ripple down effect, as we can say, to increase the participation of women furthermore.
There was a recent example of one of the Bengaluru engineer, and he did suicide. And there are certain other atrocious acts also which goes against men, and it is seen that they are basically declining male dominance in a Indian patriarchy society. We want that patriarchy society should be abolished. But what are the best ways to remove that dominance of male in the patriarchy society?
Sir, we have to look at this from various perspectives. If we talk about the social perspective, we need to inculcate, or it needs to start on an individual household basis, where the dominance of men should not, rather than looking at countering the dominance of men in the society, we need to promote, or we need to empower the female to come into decision making positions from the household itself, which can be replicated outside of the household in the society on a general. So given empowering them through various avenues like educating the females of the house, or encouraging them to pursue their individual careers, and inculcating that sense of developing an identity of their own in the society as well, apart from being just a supplementary person to their male counterparts. So that is something that can be a way to counter patriarchal mindset.
Ankita?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Good, sir.
Nice. How's life?
So it's going good so far.
Okay. Happy that you're appearing for the interview?
Yes, sir. Happy.
Okay, that's good. Can you give me like 4 more words, synonyms for happiness?
So it would be joy.
Okay.
One would be merriment, I feel.
Okay.
I would say relish would be one of the words.
Okay. Fine.
Peace, I would say peace can also mean
Okay,
happiness.
okay. What's the meaning of the word enigma?
So I'm not able to recall the exact meaning. As far I can say, it is along the lines of unique unique experience, or attractive thing that stays with you, catches your attention
Okay.
on a short span, or whenever you look at it.
Okay. You believe in numerology?
So I would say to a certain extent, I feel I do believe.
Okay. What is the significance of number 3?
So I'm not aware about the exact significance.
No problem. Where do you reside? Like, where do you stay?
So in Mulund, in Mumbai.
In Mumbai. Mumbai, you said, is the financial capital of India. That's how you gave your introduction. It's my perspective. This is what I've been observing. So there has been a lot of, capital-intensive industries and all. They are now shifting, to other states and other cities from Mumbai. So, do you really think Mumbai will be able to sustain the tag of financial capital, or is this thing going to end up in the near future? What's your take on this? Like, for example, if I have to just summarize it or be a little crisp, like there is an emergence of gift city in Gujarat. So, do you really think gift cities or other cities will eventually take over Mumbai, and Mumbai is going to lose its significance?
So I believe we should look at emergence of such areas as not a competition or a replacement to Mumbai as a financial capital. It should be seen from an optimistic or developmental outlook where other areas as well are getting promoted or emerging. And Mumbai, I would say, is rather than diminishing, it is venturing out into other industries or other fields as well. So I believe it will sustain, or it will continue to have the reputation as it is. Plus there will also be other areas which can be emerging as great replicants, if not, but very good examples that will be equivalent to Mumbai's stature that it is today.
Can I consider, that this is actually a repercussion of the Hindu-Marathi divide, or the UP Marathi or the North Marathi divide? Like, is it happening because of that? And people who are in the center, they want other areas to develop? Or is it like, a holistic development plan for the country? What's your take on it?
So I would not say that it is because of the internal divisions based on certain communities or anything. It would, like you pointed out, it would be, it is like an approach for holistic development as well. Rather than focusing or concentrating in certain regions only, inclusive development, or pretty much including other areas as well into the developmental pattern. That is what is the approach that I look for.
Okay. What is Computer Society of India?
Sir, it was a council in our college that was particularly concentrated on the various technologies, and particularly the core computer science and IT council, which organized various hackathons, various workshops to promote the awareness among the students as well, and to give them a perspective about the actual corporate skills that are needed, and to develop those in the students.
What is the significance of soil for India?
So the soil, I would say, is very fundamental, right from as a natural resource. It supports the entire agricultural system of the country. We have it also is very crucial for the resource extraction or mineral extraction process. So it will be like a building block towards.
Has there been any movement related to soil?
So recently, I'm not able to recall at the moment, but in Maharashtra as well, there has been Son of the Soil movement that has been a long-standing issue.
What is the significance, or what is the importance of soil in lawn tennis?
So soil is very much important for the nature of the court that we play, the sport on. So there are various kinds of courts on which lawn tennis is played. There's a clay court which has mud based or a clay like structure, and then we have a grass court and a hard court. So on every court, the nature of the game goes on changing. On a clay court, when there's mud, the ball is slow and the game is a bit slow. On a grass court, because of the dew and the grass factor, the game is fast and the ball comes faster. On a hard court or a synthetic based court as well, the game is a bit faster comparatively.
Which one suits you the best?
Sir, I have played mostly on a synthetic court, so I am comfortable on that court. So synthetic court would be a more preferable.
Has a thought ever crossed your head that you could have made a career in lawn tennis or say squash?
Sir, the sports, both the sports that I have played, I have started them from a very early age in school. But I've always pursued them as a hobby than a career option. I have always thought of academics or I've seen these sports as pursuance of my hobby rather than a career.
But a hobby as a career would be the best combination.
Yes, sir. But I think it is the level that I had reached in both the sports was a result of my persistence in pursuing them, or the long investment of time that I gave in them. Even like for squash, for example, I started playing it only during my college times, in my first year, and by the time I was in the last year of my college, I reached a level where I could compete at the national level. So my regular practice of the game, I wasn't putting in that much effort, but it was just regular, but every day. So that's what helped me. My mindset has actually, frankly speaking, never been of pursuing it as a career.
Okay. What were your subjects in standard 12, Ankita?
So science, maths, physics, chemistry, and my optional elective was computers.
Okay, science, maths, physics, chemistry. So are physics, chemistry, maths not a part of science?
Yes, physics, chemistry and maths are the three subjects.
Okay. What is zeroth law of thermodynamics?
So I'm not able to recall that.
Okay, any law you remember, like any law, say from physics, chemistry, bio, whatever, any law if you can tell me.
So the laws of motion.
Okay, so can you tell me one law at least?
First law states like a body in motion continues to remain in motion, or due to the inertia, so or at rest continues to remain at rest until and unless it has a stimulus.
And 10th standard, you were from which board?
So ICSE.
What are the other boards in India?
So there is CBSE board, there is state boards for various particular states, and then there's ICSE board, there's IB board as well.
Okay, which board you recommend? Like which board you think is the best?
So every board has their own particular curriculum, but according to me, my personal choice would be the ICSE board. For two prominent reasons. First is that there is a varied subjects and we get an exposure to a lot of subjects at a very initial stage of our education, and marking system in it as well is very much catered to outcome based learning till 5th or 6th standard, rather than having term exams at the end of 6 months. There's a continuous assessment program throughout the year. So that is what I feel is more relevant in the education system.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
What is IPO?
Sir, it stands for Initial Public Offer, when a company is listed for the first time on a stock exchange.
Do you invest in the stock market?
Yes, sir, I do invest regularly.
Do you do intraday or like long-term investment?
Sir, I prefer more long-term investment than intraday.
Okay. On what criteria you select the company?
So I divide that on two bases. First is looking at the fundamentals of the company, the various ratios and the returns which I target for. And second is, sir, I would say my personal preference or understanding about the company as a whole.
Which is your favorite sociological thing? Favorite sociologist?
So I would say Kamla Bhasin is someone I very much in line with. Sir, her thoughts on that she is presented on in the feminist school and the Indian society, looking from a very micro level at the household to a very macro picture on the society. So that is something that is unique that she presents.
What is relevance of Karl Marx in modern time?
So Karl Marx is very much relevant even today in the society, as we witness pretty much capitalistic structure in most of the countries, and his thoughts do stand relevant in terms of economic inequality as well, and the social or cultural capital that has been forwarded throughout the years in modern day societies as well.
Who is modern Marx? Have you heard this? The person known as a modern Marx? Thomas Piketty. Have you heard about Thomas Piketty? Okay.
I'm not able to
What is caste? Define caste.
So caste is a unique hierarchical structure that is relevant to the Indian society particularly, and it is based on the parameter of ritual purity and purity of blood, and is associated on different parameters like ascriptive status and closed marriage system.
Recently there was a big suicide. It was very much in the news. Have you heard about in Bangalore?
So about an ID about a person that committed suicide because of the marital pressures and the divorce.
Have you heard about the Emily Durkheim thought on suicide or the theory of suicide?
Yes, sir.
Can you link between this? Can you connect any link? What was the Emily Durkheim thought, like theory of suicide?
So he proved that suicide is not just based on sociological factors, psychological factors, but is a sociological phenomena, and quantified it and categorized it into 4 different categories of egoistic, fatalistic, and anomic suicide.
Do you think that Atul Shubha's suicide was related to the more about the sociological factor rather than psychological factor? Do you believe that?
So I would say it did have a lot of contributions from the sociological or societal perceptions that are there, and the pressure or that is created that impacts us on the psychological level is very much due to the societal perceptions that are prevalent.
What is quantum computing?
So quantum computing is currently emerging technology that involves high processing that increases the high level processing that involves. So currently I'm not able to frame an entire crisp description about the technology.
So what is the difference between supercomputer and quantum computer?
Supercomputers are based on the traditional computer architecture of say high-end microprocessors, and quantum computers employ the application of quantum technology to perform those same processing operations. That increases the advantages that it has is that it increases the processing speed manifold that could not be achieved by a supercomputer.
What is the difference between Web 1, Web 2 and Web 3?
So Web 1 was particularly catered to read and write operations, or just static web pages that were very preliminary. The Web 2 involved a little more interaction and data usage with the end users. The Web 3 gave more agency towards the users of the technology, and with the emergence of social media and open platforms.
This is Web 3 or this is Web 2?
So, as far as I can remember, I think the Web 3 gave more agency towards the
And blockchain is based on Web 3 or Web 2?
so Web 3.
But how is it related to social media?
So social media formed the open source platforms or decentralized systems that were
Social
introduced.
media are not decentralized.
So social media is not decentralized. The blockchain per se or decentralized databases as well were introduced at the Web 3 level.
Why is Python language more used for AI and Web 3 development?
So Python language firstly has a lot of pre-compiled packages, which is very handy in AI programming or ML programming, and it is very conducive to process huge data sets very seamlessly. It has a unique, if not a variable, but a data structure that is called a data frame, in which we can store an entire database and perform analysis. So that's why Python is preferred more.
And can you tell some of the applications of blockchain technology in Indian administration?
So blockchain can be used in various areas to store the huge data that is collected by the government. Critical information infrastructure can use a blockchain technology in, say, health, if we are looking at forming a digital card or a digital profile of the citizens. So blockchain can be used to store such secure information.
Do you think Bitcoin will affect India's sovereignty?
So I don't think Bitcoin as such would have an impact on the country's sovereignty, as the government is also will bring ahead going say regulatory frameworks.
What impact would it have on Indian monetary system?
So it can be it can be seen as a disruptive technology that can change the approach in the entire monetary system or change the exchange format from hard money to, say, if we shift towards cryptocurrency.
Do you think it will be a positive impact or a concerning impact?
So we can say right now it would be too early to judge or give a final predicament on what its nature might be, because we cannot deny the fact that there is a significant amount of open-endedness and risk as well involved in the transactions or investments as well in cryptocurrency. So with the right policy framework and regulatory
Do you think it will affect
frameworks,
RBI's power to monitor circulating money by changing interest rates and other tools?
so it can have an impact on RBI's function to
What do you think India's policy should be towards decentralized ledgers or bitcoins?
So we should have we should include the bitcoins into, say, formal framework of taxation, or recognizing it as a form of exchange in the economy. So that would give us an avenue to regulate it as well. Keeping it outside the purview of regulation will always maintain a factor of uncertainty. So a macro level policy needs to come into picture to include it into the taxation structure.
You said Mumbai is India's financial capital. What is Mumbai's GDP? And how much percentage it is compared to India's?
So I'm not able to recall the, sorry sir.
Who is your favorite tennis player?
So that would be Roger Federer.
And who is current favorite?
So currently amongst the players who are playing, I would say Carlos Alcaraz is one of the players that I
A
like.
few years back, Novak Djokovic was in controversy. What was that controversy?
Sir, it was, if I'm recollecting it right, it was during the pandemic times when he had refused to take the COVID vaccine, and he was, due to that, because he was not vaccinated, he was denied to participate in one of the major Grand Slams. So that was what the issue was about, of denying him the participation in the tournament.
Do you know there is a tennis player named Ankita in Indian tennis scene?
Yes.
Do you know her for that?
Sir, I have, if I'm, as far as my memory serves, I have played with her as well. It is Ankita Raina. She is currently playing for India.
Can you tell me her 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses?
So her strengths.
Yours.
So,
And tell me in the form of the strengths which will make you a good IAS officer.
so first strength I would say is my discipline, which gives me very good sense of adaptability. The second strength I would say I am an analytical person who measures situations based on a lot different parameters. Third I would say, sir, is persistence. That is one of the qualities. So my weaknesses, I would say one is I have sometimes a tendency of micromanaging tasks. That would be one. Second would be to sometimes overthink about situations. And third I would say is because of say
Okay, to her.
Why do dancers in Bharatnatyam wear sari and in Kathak they wear other dress, not sari?
Sir, Bharatnatyam as such does not have a sari per se. Their costume has pleated skirt-like structure. Kathak involves a lot of pirouettes and chakris. So sari wouldn't be a conducive attire. That's why, so instead of a sari, we have a ghagra.
What type of rasas are mentioned in Bharatnatyam and in Kathak?
So right now I'm able to recall the...
What type of rasas are mentioned in Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra?
So we have the Rudra Ras, that I'm able to recall right now. Others, I'm not able to recall it at the moment.
Anything else, Ankita, you think we should ask you? Any area we have left?
So I think it was pretty much comprehensive.
What is your plan post-intern?
So as I'll be staying in Delhi itself at that time, I would take time to travel or visit places there locally, because it has been quite a time since the last time I visited that place. So it would be a good experience to explore it and see the changes, how it's done.
All the best. Thank you so much. Your interview.
Thank you, sir.